1 minute to show 1 minute.
You want your mark there? Thank you.
She stepped out. She'll be back. What's up? Oh. Anya. Is it Anya or Anya? Okay, 20 seconds. Have a good show.
I'm not sure. Let's get it.
Yeah.
I think it's Anya.
10 seconds. Here comes the open.
Join us again.
5,
with the young and the
4,
restless.
3, 2, 1. Opens in. Go.
Remembering the victims of a
sorry.
Calgary double homicide. What
Say
we're
that was
learning
online.
about the man and woman who lost their lives as Calgary police continue to investigate.
Continue.
Plus, keeping Calgary's streets safe this New Year's Eve. The group effort on the roads to keep impaired drivers away from the wheel.
Pause.
Well, there's dense fog not too far from the city, and we've been dealing with a bit of snow. But what does the start of the new year look like? I have your forecast coming up.
Camera
You're
2 next.
watching Global Calgary.
Push 2,
This
3,
is Global
2,
Music 5.
1, and go.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. We are now learning more about the victims of a tragic double homicide.
Sound up.
She would
Listen,
always let
6.
us do really fun things, and she would always be so nice, and she was really patient with us.
Go.
Anya Wardzala-Kaminsky was a mother of 3 and a grade 1 and 2 teacher with the Rocky View School District. She's being remembered as a kind and patient educator. Autumn Sieb was in her grade 5 class last year and calls Wardzala-Kaminsky her favorite teacher who made learning fun and always had time for her students.
Sound up.
One time
20
she
to
brought
voice,
kids
I'll
to
cue a
school,
great friend.
So we actually got to meet them, and they were really nice, and they're really cute, and we were playing on the park with them, and that was one of my favorite memories. She was very smart, and she helped, and she was very good at teaching.
Stand by the voice.
She was a great mom and a great friend.
Go.
Calgary police continue to investigate the death of Wardzala-Kaminsky and her father, whose bodies were discovered Sunday night in a double homicide. Search and rescue crews were combing the area around the intersection of Crowchild Trail and 12 Mile Coulee Northwest on Tuesday afternoon. Police do confirm the search was related to those homicides, but they would not say what they were looking for. The suspect, Wardzala-Kaminsky's husband, Benedict Kaminsky, was found dead late Monday afternoon.
Camera 2.
A young Calgary mother is speaking out about a friend whose life was cut short 2 weeks before Christmas.
Sound up. Voice in 7.
Almost didn't believe it at first until I watched the news, and I remember just waking up and reading the message, and I pretty much just fell apart.
Go.
Kiara St. Jean believes someone holds the key to solving Jaleesa Mashke's homicide and bring answers to her loved ones. Police say there hasn't been much movement in the case. Jaleesa was attacked on Nose Creek Pathway a few hundred meters from the 32nd Avenue Northeast. 10 days later, her death was ruled a homicide, and police put out a plea for dash cam footage or eyewitnesses who used that path. The killer remains at large.
Sound up.
Me doing
Voice
this,
in
it's
13.
not something I would normally do. I'm pretty shy around
Out cue
cameras,
to be
but
remembered.
for my friend, I would do it because she deserves to not be forgotten, and she deserves to be remembered.
Go.
Police continue to ask for dashcam video for anyone driving eastbound or westbound along 32nd Avenue corridor on the night of December 8th. Officers do not have a suspect description, but they do believe the person responsible for the attack walked north along Nose Creek Pathway. They'd also like to speak to anyone who was on the path between 9 and 11 o'clock that night. And again, that was on December 8th.
Camera 2.
For many survivors of domestic violence, having access to a cell phone can make all the difference. Local groups supporting domestic violence victims are now calling on the community to donate old phones to help those in need. Nakota Thunder Chief reports.
Did you get a new cell phone
2
for
minutes for
Christmas?
this.
If so, your old
Going
device could
straight
save a
to
life.
weather next.
Lethbridge Family Services has launched the Cell Phones for Safety campaign. This campaign encourages people to donate old cell phones, chargers, and SIM cards.
Victims of domestic violence might have their own cell phones, but they're often taken by the abuser in order to control when they're able to talk to people. They might break their phone or remove it or hide it from them so that they can't call for help when they need it. And these donated cell phones, they don't need to have a cell plan attached to them in order to call emergency services.
These devices are gifted to individuals fleeing abuse, providing a lifeline to emergency services, support networks, and independence.
This is a package that looks like what we're hoping for, which is a cell phone with a charger that was donated. It's very important to have a charger because when old cell phones are donated, sometimes their battery life runs out very quickly. And also chargers might be harder to find when older cell phones are donated.
Donations can be dropped off at several locations, including the YWCA, Lethbridge Police Service, and the Norbridge Senior Center. Lorian Johansson with the YWCA Lethbridge says these phones can help victims take the first step towards their freedom and safety.
It's a crucial piece of safety planning, exit planning, and setting up for your new life, your new independent life.
Johansson explains how these devices can provide a vital connection to safety and support.
We often encourage ladies who are thinking of leaving a violent situation to have this secret cell phone as a secure way of accessing resources, of connecting to family, friends, and a support network.
Your simple act of donating can make a difference in someone's life. Nakota Thunder-Chief, Global News.
Well, day broke with some flurries in our neck of the woods. Visibility wasn't the greatest either. Those patches of snow have sort of been come and go throughout the day. And we're continuing to see a few isolated pockets of flurries from this afternoon still make their way through the city for this evening with some dense fog advisories closer to Clare's home and the surrounding areas overnight tonight. They were not ruling out the potential of some cloudy and foggy conditions here, but flurries for the time being is the main event. And for us, as well as the rest of the province, as you can see here from our satellite
30
radar
seconds.
view,
You want to think
very cloudy across the province for today. Temperatures across the province have also been colder. Yesterday, these whitish, grayish, and pinkish hues were a lot further north. They've migrated south, and with them, they have brought more uncomfortable temperatures. Not too bad here in southern Alberta, but today was still a little bit on the chilly side compared to yesterday. -7 is as good as it got here in our neck of the woods. We're not expecting it to warm up yet. You're going to need to wait a few days.
He says it one more time, my bingo card is
those
filled.
details coming up.
All right, thank you, Phil. Well, you didn't have to stay up until midnight tonight to ring in 2025.
Sound up, voice in 6. 3, 2, 1, and go.
Oh, hell yeah.
3,000 balloons were dropped as families looked on this afternoon at Telus Spark for its noon Year's Eve celebration. The countdown happened, and hey, they happened all day, really, all over Calgary, including the Zoo Year's Eve at the Calgary Zoo, similar events also at the Calgary Library. If you're planning on sticking it out until midnight, head down to Princess Island Park.
Sound up.
We start
25
out
to
tonight
voice,
at
I'll cue
Lot
the night
59,
away.
which we're calling the Ooh Ah Zone for this evening. There will be fire pits, we have food trucks, there will be available grilling, and as you move along for the evening at 9 p.m. we have a DJ at the south part of Princess Island Park at the Lagoon who's going to be spinning some tunes, so bring your seats, or bring your dancing shoes and dance the night away.
Sounds like fun. Attendees will be brought onto the island with a parade led by the Incense Dragon from the Chinese Cultural Center. Parking will be free along southbound Memorial Drive Northwest from 10 p.m. until 1 in the morning. Well, most Calgarians will find a safe way home after celebrating New Year's Eve. Organizations like Calgary Police, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, and Calgary Transit are all working to limit the number of impaired drivers on our streets. Check stops will be in full operation tonight. Michael King has more.
Calgary police officers will
1:37.
be out on Calgary roads
Straight to
tonight
T's
with their
next.
check stop
Actually,
van,
no,
making
camera
sure that
2
everyone
for
going out
T's
and
next.
celebrating New Year's Eve
Oh, you can
gets home
lose the
safely.
window.
We had a chance to speak with the Calgary Police Traffic Unit earlier today, talking not only about check stop screening for alcohol, but also for drug impairment. The encouraging aspect is that the number of impaired drivers seems to be dropping both across
Yeah,
the
that's
country
live
and
right
here in
now. That's
Calgary.
coming down the affiliate
Example,
line.
earlier this month,
Where is it?
CPS did
London.
a traffic stop where they
London.
processed 1,200 vehicles, 8 of those showing some level of impairment and no charges laid, but that also
That'd
may
be
come
cool to
down to
go
some
to.
recent changes in legislation.
From a Calgary
it's still
point of view,
going
we
after
started
8
seeing a
minutes.
decrease within
You know
our
what? If it's still
drink drive.
going,
That might well be the way the legislation works.
Do you want to go right before the break if it's still on?
When they blow a fail, they get an opportunity
We'll see
to blow
what-
a
yeah, we'll see.
secondary blow, and they can come down to a caution. So it doesn't actually produce, say, a charge at that point.
But even if the numbers are on the decline, even one impaired driver on Calgary's
see if
roads
it's
is
doing
too many,
anything.
something Mad Calgary and area president
Of course, the
Aaron
law
Libby knows all
TV
too
will
well.
probably kick
I
in
was
and
hit
it finishes
head
just
on
as
with
we
an
take
impaired
it.
driver heading westbound.
30
on
seconds
fast
to
lane.
tease.
I don't remember any of it. It was better.
Do you have the
part of a week
fader?
later, I
You don't have the
realized
fader
that I
for
was
Live 6, do
strapped
you?
to a hospital bed with
Yeah, I do.
tubes and
Okay.
traction
Bring that
and
up just in
everything.
For this New
case. I'll
Year's
fade
Eve,
out
to
the
try and
music.
limit the number of impaired drivers on
15.
Calgary roads, Calgary Transit is free for everybody. C-Trains
Yeah.
will be running until 4 o'clock, and certain
10.
buses, including the Max lines, will be running every half hour until 3 a.m. That, along with ride shares and
5.
taxis, means there's a lot of options to get home safe. Michael King, Global News.
Number 2.
Okay, so you just heard, great way to get around. Calgary Transit, it is free tonight to 4 a.m. But starting tomorrow, New Year's Day, transit fares are going up. Find out who has the biggest
We're gonna go to
increase
London
when we
after
come
this.
back.
Continue.
Plus, EVs gaining in popularity, but soon you'll have to pay more to
London
drive
next.
one in our province. While
Ready
the
to bring up
UCP is
6.
set to level a new tax when electric vehicles are registered.
Bring it
And
up.
we're bringing in New Year's all around the globe,
It's up. It's
just
up.
past 12
That's okay.
midnight in London, England, which you are looking at right now as we hit the break.
Nice.
3, 2,
Nice.
1.
Nice.
Break is in.
It's gone.
Awesome. That was great, guys.
Good job.
There was fireworks sounds like seconds before you took it.
Can't feed the kids too
Told you,
much
law of
again
TV.
kind of days, huh?
But hey, we got the
At least
fireworks
we
at
got to
least.
show
You've
the
got
people.
HelloFresh. You can whip up a delicious meal the whole family will love. HelloFresh, homemade, made easy.
Introducing new features. We're minimizing food waste. Savor the one drop you get. Infinite legroom. We've removed all the seats. You have to stand like it's a bus. And flight attendants won't be paid unless the flight is in
1:30.
motion. Safety checks, boarding, deplaning, all unpaid.
You already do that. It hasn't gotten this bad for flyers, but Air Canada flight attendants already work hundreds of unpaid hours. Tell Air Canada, unpaid work is unfair.
No matter what kind of teeth you gotta brush, Oral-B Electric cleans better with one simple touch. Oral-B's dentist-inspired round brush head hugs them, cleans them, and gets in between them for 100% cleaner teeth. Your perfect clean routine starts with Oral-B.
No way. It can't be. Gail, you have to...
I'll be in the car.
Boxing Week continues at The Brick. Save $700 on this sofa. It's only $7.99. The Brick, saving you more.
Irresistibly smooth, melting Lindor. This holiday season, you choose the moment. We'll provide the bliss. From the Lind Major Chocolatier.
What just happened? Oh. Okay, 15 seconds back. Camera 2 next. 10.
Make memories for everyone on your list.
Camera
Give
2
the
in
gift
5.
That everyone
4.
wants. The
3,
Fantasyland Hotel
2,
gift card.
1, and go.
Welcome back. Okay, so it's going to cost you a little bit more to ride Calgary Transit effective New Year's Day.
Effective Did it
$3
again.
Single ride fare going from $3.70 to $3.80. A monthly pass will increase by $3 to $118. A youth single ride goes up 5 cents to $2.55. A monthly pass will stay at $84, but will increase to $86 in September. Now, the seniors' annual pass jumps $4 to $400.50 to $159. The seniors' annual low income pass goes up $1 to $32. So some new charges to be aware of there. And a new year is approaching. With it, a new tax for electric vehicle drivers here in Alberta. The exact date is still unclear, but as Eric Bay reports, EV drivers say the fee needs to be reevaluated before it comes into effect.
A new year is expected to bring new costs for electric vehicle drivers. Alberta is implementing an EV tax.
I know why
Once
that
that
graphic
happens,
loaded
EV owners
earlier.
will have to pay a $200 fee each year when they register their vehicle. The province announced the measure as part of their 2024 budget release, saying it could come as soon as January. Finance Minister Nate Horner said the tax would go towards road maintenance and other public services, since EV drivers don't pay a fuel tax. In 2021, Saskatchewan implemented a similar fee for EVs called a road use charge. That charge costs $150 annually. Members of the Tesla Owners Club of Alberta say they understand the premise for the new levy, but they say the flat $200 rate isn't the solution.
If you're driving a $100,000 Hummer EV, or if you're trying to get into a $30,000 hybrid, just something that's small, compact for, to take your kid to swimming lessons. The problem is a flat tax affects everybody the same, including mid and low income
20
A
seconds.
finance ministry
for the
spokesperson tells Global News the cost of the fee is based on the average annual fuel tax paid by someone who drives a gas or diesel vehicle. As for when this could come into effect, that's still unclear. All the spokesperson could say was sometime in early 2025. Eric Bay, Global News.
Thousands of newcomers are experiencing Alberta's winter wonderland for the first time.
Sound up?
We love snow. Where we come from, there's no snow at all, so it's all new for them, and it's been a great day already.
What ski hills in our own backyard are doing to encourage people new to our province to hit the slopes. That's, of course, New Year's Eve as we take a live look outside. Phil Darlington will have your forecast, especially important if you're headed out tonight.
Canadian Tire in support of Jumpstart.
Tend
You
to
donate, they play. All funds help families overcome financial
Break
barriers to
in
sport
5,
and play.
4,
Donate at
3,
jumpstart.canadiantire.ca.
1. Break his head.
Dr. Larson has no recollection of the last 8 years.
I wanted to be a doctor my entire life, and I don't think I can give that up.
Bold, juicy, flame grilled. Flavor this good is made by Flame. Get a big start to the year with a $5 Whopper at Burger King.
My life is full of questions.
Mom, is yellow a light or a dark?
How do I clean an aioli stain? Thankfully, Tide's the answer to almost all of them.
Why do we even buy napkins?
Who's Tide?
Think gold water, clean white soap.
Sure.
You can with Tide.
Do I need to appreciate guacamole? No, with Tide. This is chocolate, right?
Okay,
Let's do
3,
this.
2,
Yeah.
No matter who's doing
tonight,
it, on
we're
one
There's
side,
your-
one
the
side,
victim
there's your
of a
ringtone.
Calgary double homicide. How a local teacher is being honored after the tragedy as Calgary police continue their investigation.
Take
A
back your
mystery
free time
Bitcoin
with
note
PC Express.
passed from one man to another on the streets of
Time to
Calgary.
pick up that project.
How much it
and
could have
still
been
get
worth
groceries.
and what it ended up
Get
being.
in-store promos, PC Optimum points,
That's
and
it?
more free time with PC Express.
Very good.
Chris's wife is unwrapping pure joy, but Chris, holiday socks again? Get what you really wanted at the Boxing Week event at Sleep Country. Save triple the tax for a limited time. Queen mattresses from $5.99.
1
And don't pay
minute.
until
Oh, actually,
2027.
1 hour Calgary next.
You're beating my Grand Dog Blue, right?
You're there.
But who's got
I don't know any of the standing shots. So.
Brown rice, oatmeal, barley.
Purina One has chicken, rice flour, corn gluten meal, whole grain corn, chicken byproduct meal.
Let's switch to blue.
Boxing Week continues at the Brick Mattress Store. Get the Springwall Queen mattress for the price of the twin. It's just $5.99. And get 50% off this City Posturepedi Queen. It's only $6.49. The Brick Mattress Store. The right mattress guaranteed.
Chapman's Super Premium Plus Ice Cream. Exclusively produced
1 hour
with
Calgary
Canadian
next.
dairy.
See this graphic here?
Chapman's Super Premium
That's
Plus
the
Ice
thumbnail
Cream.
that they use on the
It's
TV
ours.
guides for our newscasts.
Oh, nice.
And I asked our graphics department to just upload that.
Calgary Renovation
Like,
Show
how come we don't
Tuesday,
have this
10 to 12
anymore?
at the BMO Center. Visit
I like how unnaturally
CalgaryRenovationshow.com.
green those greens are.
Well, that and I just noticed there's an unfinished building in it.
I'm Joelle Tomlinson at the Scotiabank Saddle Dome, and this is our YYC.
The Winter Gala returns to dazzle Calgary on January 18th. This stunning evening features Alberta Ballet Company dancers alongside rising stars from Alberta Ballet School. Curated by Artistic Director Francesco Vetriglia, it's a night of elegance and inspiration.
It's okay, we had a whole
Bringing up
Joel
your
segment
next home
today.
upgrade, head to Calgary's largest renovation show, January 10th to 12th
Sure,
at the
that's
BD
fine.
Center. Discover the DIY Training Center, enjoy live art demos, and get expert tips to spark your
20 seconds,
creativity.
counting.
For more information on our featured events, go to globalnews.ca.
Joel, then Joel, then Joel.
Our YYC is brought to you by Len
10
T.
seconds,
Associates.
And Len T. I feel privileged to live and work in
Len
the city.
breaks things up.
Wishing all Calgarians peace
bring
and
up the story
prosperity.
right there with the shoulder,
Happy
too?
New Year.
1 and 2.
When winter arrives here in Alberta, it transforms our mountains into a playground of snow and adventure. And for those new to this province, embracing mountain culture can seem daunting.
And expensive.
But at Nikiska Ski Resort, newcomers are discovering that winter here isn't something to survive, it's something to celebrate. Joelle Tomlinson carves out this next story.
Honestly, what's better than a day in the mountains?
Alberta's towering peaks are a defining
It's
part of life
overrated.
here, and learning to play in the snow is a
It's
rite of
overrated.
passage
2
for many.
minutes.
Something about the mountains kind of called to
Should
me
go
a
into
little
straight
maybe.
to weather.
Gabriella Reyes just moved from Ontario, drawn by the mountains and the possibilities they hold.
Views are pretty phenomenal, I would say. And then skiing, I think, you
I
know,
haven't
just
been to
trying
that
things that are a
public.
little bit outside of my comfort zone, so this is like definitely a first for me.
For another family who moved from Mexico, these slopes are more than just fun.
We love snow. Where we come from, there's no snow at all.
They're a gateway to connection and new beginnings.
Where are you going?
We brought our kids here to learn English and, well, enjoy the culture, know the culture, and skiing, I know it's a big part of the culture here.
Hands on your knees, get your weight forward and slow and...
That sounds like a good time.
Their adventure taking shape on the same slopes that welcomed the world during the 1988 Winter Olympics. Decades later, Nikiska Ski Area
Did you guys go to,
means
like,
meeting place in Cree
Mexico or
is somewhere
something?
newcomers can learn to embrace our snow.
I love seeing kids get out and experience the same things
Oh,
that I
that's
did many
cool.
years
Travel
ago.
buddies.
And being able to share that with the rest of the world is truly magical.
And it's not just the slopes helping new Albertans find their footing or bindings. An online hub, New Ski AB, is a self-serve portal for people new to the province to map out mountain magic.
From Mexico to Australia, England, and beyond, there's one thing that connects us, and that is
Oh, I thought you went back because you forgot
other
something.
mountains. Let's go.
Of course,
You get
learning
this
to
from
ski
me,
or
bro?
snowboard isn't always smooth sailing, and that's part of the fun.
Falling is not the worst thing ever. The second you let go of that fear, it's
Falling's
gonna
not the
start to
worst
click,
thing
it's
ever,
gonna get
but
more
crashing
natural.
into the tree.
And sometimes the most memorable moments happen
That's what
between
scares me
the
about
runs.
skiing.
Even just meeting people on the chairlift, the amount of tips and life stories I've
It's
met
not
from
the
sitting
falling,
with somebody
it's
who will
the
never see
crashing
again.
into a
Showing
rock
those
or
new
a
to our
tree.
slopes here in Alberta, winter isn't just about enduring the cold, it's about finding the joy in it.
You feel you're part of the mountain, and I don't know, the wind blowing on your face, you know, I kind of love that. And now I want my kids to experience that as well.
Joelle Tomlinson, Global News.
Speed run.
Speed run.
This happy little camper up here, that area of high pressure that I
Neck of
spoke
the
about
woods are
yesterday,
being
is one of a
filled.
number of zones in Western Canada
back to
that are
Cameron, too,
noteworthy,
for
but
the
this is sort of the
details.
main one that is bringing with it these colder temperatures. And for areas north of us, clearer skies, but we were dealing with flurries today because that high has not made its way anywhere near us yet.
So there was a
And
magazine
it's gonna take
article
some
with
time to
Phil
arrive in our neck of the
Darlington,
woods. So fortunately,
and he owns a full-size stormtrooper
breaks, it
costume.
is still going to
I
be
got to
cloudy,
talk
and it's
about
going
it
to
for
be
like
still
30
accompanied
minutes.
by a touch of the
I keep telling him
flurries.
every
We are
time I
looking
talk
generally
about
very
it,
cloudy
I said, like,
conditions. You can see skies clearing a lot more
Monday,
areas
wear it.
from Red Deer further north to
leather
Edmonton. But
cast,
if you are here in the Calgary region,
Well, the only
further
time we can
south
really
as
wear
well,
it is
we're seeing a bit of a
Halloween.
system
Or
pushing
May
from
the
the
4th.
Pacific Northwest of the United States, and that will be bringing with it some more snowfall into our
1:30.
neck of the woods a little later on this week. Skies, however, are expected to clear as we make our way through Friday, late morning into the afternoon. So there is some sunshine on the horizon, but you're going to need to wade through a few other things first. As accumulation numbers go, most of the snow is coming in the first part with a little bit added on in the second part. So for Friday, through the morning into the afternoon, we get a couple more centimeters
man.
as that larger system moves through southern Alberta. But the majority of the snow, sort of the 3 to 5 centimeter
1
amount,
minute left.
is between now and Thursday. Again, picking up a tiny bit more on Friday. If you're headed out towards Banff, of course, it's still going to be cold. Jasper as well, but they're expecting a few more centimeters of snow. So hopefully hopefully, if you can bear the cold temperatures, you can enjoy a
Are we
little bit of
actually a
fresh
minute
snow
over?
on the ski and snowboard runs. Other than that, if you're traveling on the highway out towards Medicine Hat or vice versa, it is going to be a little bit slow going, as of course snow is going to be part of that travel for the next few days. Temperature's also a little on the chilly side overnight tonight. We are looking at that low, coming in at -12 here, and surrounding areas are much the same. Tomorrow, as the day breaks, the temperatures don't do a whole lot. We're keeping it on the cool side. We might have enough to scratch a -10, but my hopes are not high, and well, it's staying rather chilly, unfortunately, for
10 seconds
the
makes
long
a
haul. It will be getting back to normal on Monday next week and going above zero on Tuesday, but before then, you are very much going to need your winter weather gear.
Good to know. Thanks, Phil. The cost of living weighed heavy on the minds of Canadians in 2024.
The vibe on the economy, given the statistics, may be getting a little bit better, but I think it's probably as much to do with people feeling like they figured out a way to manage in these straitened circumstances rather than things are actually getting better.
Well, look at what else they were focused
That was a
on,
long
and
clip.
if people think things will improve in 2025.
Canadian Tire in support
Break
of
is next.
Jumpstart. You donate, they play.
3:10.
All funds help families overcome financial
Break in
barriers to
5,
sport and play.
4,
Donate at
3,
jumpstart.canadiantire.ca.
1. Break is in. Long break, 3:10.
You found a place of complete focus. You ordered your
And get that rollout music ready.
and mastered your mind.
It's on live 6 right now. Oh, it's still live.
I'm honestly surprised you didn't start this song by screaming it's time.
Home.
No, I fast forwarded past that.
Oh, so it does happen.
Well, the first minute is giggling and her doing stuff, so
I'll be in the car.
the actual song starts at the 1 minute
Save
mark.
$700 on this sofa. It's only $7.99. The Brick, saving you more.
Exciting opportunities await you at Pattison Agriculture. As a Pattison Ag trained technician, be a part of providing solutions for customers in equipment, parts,
Going on any
and
more trips
service.
next year?
Every day is different. New equipment, new technology, new
What?
solutions.
I guess what countries
Your
haven't you
future
visited in
starts
South America?
now with Pattison Agriculture.
More Albertans choose EasyMax for electricity and natural gas than any
Have you
other
been to
retailer.
Argentina? How's it there?
From High River to Grand Prairie, Lethbridge to Edmonton, Calgary to Red Deer.
Mendoza!
Your neighbors across the province trust EasyMax for their electricity and natural gas. Sign up today and join us.
Experience quiet and comfort with our professional heating system installations.
Why do you
For
want to
reliable
kibosh
heat
your
pump,
travel?
furnace, boiler, and water heater installations, choose Milani Plumbing, Heating, and Air
Same,
Conditioning.
same,
Call us
bro.
at 403-399-9999.
You only live once, Joel.
Chris's wife is
That's
unwrapping.
what I tell myself at anyone.
Look, I'm not even living, I'm surviving. Surviving ain't living.
Boxing Week event at Sleep Country. Save triple the tax for a limited time. Queen mattresses from $5.99 and don't pay
And did
until
you buy it?
2027.
Well, then you should keep on.
You
doing
have
it.
your focus.
That's probably
We
worth
have
it.
ours.
That's my
Let
advice.
ACE help you save money this winter with great electricity and natural gas prices.
That's probably
Visit
worth it.
acenergy.ca today.
I'm using Harold at the end of the
Country
show.
105 is where you'll find your
Yeah, that's
country.
good.
Good times and great
30.
country.
We're starting a movement. Well, technically a don't movement.
Because we work hard.
Really?
We want to relax hard.
It's the Lazy Boy Boxing Week sale. Save up to 50% store-wide.
Yeah.
Lazy Boy. Long live
15.
the lazy.
Join Global News Morning for storage solutions with
10
California
seconds,
Closets.
camera 2 next.
We'll show you how to cut clutter with storage solutions so stylish you'll want to keep the closet doors
Camera
open.
2 in
Storage solutions
3,
with California Closets.
2,
Sundays on
1,
Global News Morning.
and go.
Welcome back. The cost of living has been looming over Canadians for years, and according to people right across the country, it is the biggest news story of the year. An Ipsos survey done on behalf of Global News found more than
Nice. They
7 in
managed to
10
put the
people
5 over
thought
top of our bunk.
inflation was the top domestic news story for 2024. followed by the homelessness crisis and the Canada Post strike. The sentiment comes despite measures like interest rate cuts and the GST holiday put in place to try and make life a little bit more affordable. Kyle Benning has more.
Price pressures remain top of mind for Canadians.
Coming back to camera two to
Cost of
say
living
goodbye.
found to be the standout domestic headline from coast to coast.
The challenge of getting by financially from day to day.
Actually, I'm going to use live
fundamental
one to
preoccupation of Canadians,
roll out.
and we've seen it all through our surveying through 2024.
An Ipsos poll done on behalf of Global News had about 1,000 people rank their top 3 news stories of the year, with inflation the clear favorite. The second highest item on the list,
Let's
linked to
make
cost
this
of living,
goodbye quick.
is the country's homelessness crisis. The realities of these pressures clear with some Quebec food banks opening on the days between Christmas and New Year's Day for the first time ever.
So I'll pop you up on camera to say goodbye quickly, go outside quickly, and then do this
A
global
lot of
national
them have
program.
decided to stay open,
I'll count you
which
out.
is very concerning.
Next
And
counts
in
will be hard
Atlantic
counts.
Canada, retailers are having to be even more cautious with reports of increased thefts. Statistics Canada data from 2023 shows shoplifting items valued at $5,000 or less increased by 18% compared to the previous year.
People are just struggling and they get desperate, but we are very good about keeping our prices low, so we do
Ready
try
with
to
the
make
music?
sure that shoplifting is minimal.
Despite measures like the federal government's GST holiday and the Bank of Canada starting to cut the
30
highest
left.
interest rates in a generation, the squeeze is still strong. Food prices are forecasted to increase anywhere from 3 to 5% in 2025, with a family of 4 expected to spend an additional $800 on groceries over the year.
There are ways to offset the impact of inflation, like banking on loyalty programs,
10 seconds.
wasting less food. I mean, you can really get creative.
You'll only have
Including
20 for
shopping for
everything.
items close to or past their best before date. Kyle Benning, Global News.
Camera 2, bring it in.
A story that will continue on into the new year. That is it for us here on Global News at 5. Here's a look at downtown Calgary. I'll be back for the news hour at 6. Stay tuned, Global National, because it's already 2025 in many
10.
parts of the world. That show will look at some of the
7,
biggest celebrations
6,
happening, including
5,
New York City's
4,
Times Square.
3,
Global
2,
National starts right
1.
now.
Nice. Awesome. Nice job, everybody. Thanks. Great show. Hey. Thanks, everybody.